This is the short version of practice problem number 1 from lesson 3, grid moves. Unit 1, rigid transformations and congruence. And grid moves refers to moving within a coordinate grid, so 90-degree angles or multiples of 90-degree angles, or an isometric grid, so 60-degree angles or multiples of 60-degree angles. There are 3 parts to problem 1. Part A is a translation which takes P of this figure A, this parallelogram, and moves it to P prime. So it translates it across to P prime right here. So this is a translation of figure A from P to P prime. So here's figure A and here's point P. And so P is going to move across this grid, this isometric grid, to P prime. So this pink point right here. And as P moves, this figure A, every single point on figure A is going to move the same direction and the same length from P to P prime. So here's P to P prime. So it's going to move 1, 2, 3, 4 units to get to P prime. And it's going to move those same 4 units to move from this point right here to this point right here. So here are those 4 same units, 1, 2, 3, 4, the same direction, the same number of units. And here is this point right here. This point's also going to move 4 units, 1, 2, 3, 4 to get to here. And this point down here is also going to move 4 units, 1, 2, 3, 4 to get to that point right there. And those 4 points moving 4 units in the same direction is going to move the entire figure A to its translated image, which is going to end up right here. So this is the translated image of figure A. For part B, figure A is going to rotate counterclockwise, so in the opposite way of the direction of a clock, using center P. So this point right here is going to remain in the same spot, but this figure is going to rotate counterclockwise this way around point P 60 degrees. Now 60 degrees is this angle right here. All of these angles in isometric grid paper, they're all equilateral triangles, so every angle is 60 degrees. So it's going to rotate 60 degrees from here down to here. So here is that rotation. So if you look at this side of the parallelogram right here, it is going to rotate 60 degrees from here down to here. So this is the same side, the corresponding side right here. It has rotated 60 degrees. If you look at this side of the parallelogram right here, this shorter side, it is going to also rotate 60 degrees from here to here. So it ends up right here, this side right here. And the last point, this point right here, a little bit harder to see it. I'm going to draw a diagonal from this vertex of the parallelogram to this vertex of the parallelogram, and you can see that that rotates 60 degrees from here down to here. So now this is the same point having rotated 60 degrees. Another way to see that is to count. So if I count along this side, 1 unit, 2 units, and then down 1 unit, and now I rotate this side 60 degrees, which we've already done, and count those same units, 1 unit, 2 units, and down 1 unit, I end up at this same point for figure A. So it has rotated 60 degrees. And finally in part C, figure A is going to be reflected across this line of reflection, which is L, to its corresponding position over here after the reflection. So here's figure A, here's point P, and here's the line of reflection L. So to reflect a figure, what you do is you draw a line that's perpendicular from each point to the line of reflection L. So this is perpendicular, forms a 90-degree angle, and it is the same distance on the other side of the line of reflection. So point P is going to go to here. This would be P prime. This point is going to go move in a 90-degree direction or perpendicular to the line of reflection L, 90 degrees, and the same distance. So this distance here, the same distance on the other side. This point right here is going to move 90 degrees to the line of reflection, so perpendicular to the line of reflection, and the same number of units on the other side. So I'm going to call this 1 unit, 2 units, 3 units. So it's 1 unit, 2 units, 3 units. And finally, the same for this last point right here. 1 unit, 2 units, 3 units. That's perpendicular to the line of reflection, and the same number of units on the other side. 1, 2, 3. Same number of units on the other side of the line of reflection, and each of these lines are perpendicular to that line of reflection. So it forms a 90-degree angle. So here's the reflected image of figure A.